Very belated Happy New Year's, geeks on the internet. I'm Tia. I'm finally coming back to you with another video. First video of 2026, as a matter of fact, which I cannot believe we're already in a couple weeks into January by now. But today I am doing another video for you guys. This time I'm doing something a little bit different for my channel. I'm doing a top 10 ranking of the top 10 figures that I picked up in 2025. I've seen a few different videos from different channels leading up to the end of the year, as well as the beginning of this year, of ranking their top 10 figures in whichever category, whether it's McFarlane figures, Transformers, just in general, and thought this would be fun to try out. Let me know what you think. This could be a recurring thing that I might do going forward. And yeah, firstly, I do want to apologize for not doing any videos for a while. I know I've been having long gaps in between videos. Honestly, I don't know why. I just haven't been as motivated, I suppose. But going into 2026, I really want to get on top of that and do more videos, as I do have a fair few videos planned that I want to do. In terms of the background today, I just want to go for a bit more of a casual look, as I organized my desk yesterday and really like how this corner sort of came together, and so I thought this would be really fun for a backdrop for this kind of video. Let me know what you think, as this could be a backdrop that I could see going forward, but if you guys don't like this, then I can go back to the studio, like set up with the light box and everything. But yeah, without any further ado, let's begin our top 10 ranking videos. So these are figures that I've picked up during the year. They're not all 2025 releases. Some of them are older figures, some of them were 2025 releases. Personal favorites of mine, just from whatever sort of category, whatever sort of brand. Just ones that I really love the most that I picked up of last year. So starting off with my list, I've actually got a few honorable mentions of some figures who just missed out, but I still wanted to include them in some way. So starting off with my honorable mentions, we have Jolt from the original 2009 Transformers Revenge of the Fallen toy line. Now, I just want to say this off the bat, I don't have a lot of Transformers on this list. Maybe a little bit of a surprise to you guys, as I have got a fair few Transformers videos on my channel. I've just not been collecting a lot of Transformers, especially new stuff, recently. I've actually done like a lot of retro collecting. I think 2023, 2024, I actually sold like a lot of my Studio Series stuff. And yeah, essentially, I only think I picked up 2 figures last year, and this is one of them, and then the other one is a little bit later on in the actual main top 10. But yeah, I've always loved this figure. I never had this one as a kid. I did have it a little while ago, but sold it. I did have the Studio Series figure, which overall I thought was a really good Studio Series figure. However, this was the one I actually wanted in my collection, as whenever I think of Jolt, this is what I think of, especially with this head with the crest. I know the Studio Series figure has the more screen-accurate head sculpt, but for me, this is Jolt. I mean, he's only on screen for like, what, 2 seconds, so I don't think accuracy on the head sculpt really matters. Very fun figure to transform and display. Just misses out. I'm just not as fond of this character. I mean, it's a cool design, but I'm not really as fond of the characters as I am with the others, so yeah. Next honorable mention, we have DC Page Punches Captain Marvel. Last year, I really got into the McFarlane Toys DC line. I know, very late to the game considering they're about to lose their license, but I really got into it, and I just fell in love with these figures, flaws and all. I love how these guys look, and as soon as I found out about the Page Punches Captain Marvel, I knew I had to have it, because I love Captain Marvel, especially in this more classic design with the sash belt, the gauntlets, and like this sort of shoulder cape. That's how I've got it displayed here, just as like the shoulder cape, because I grew up with Young Justice and Batman Brave and the Bold, those sort of cartoons. I've always known Captain Marvel in this sort of aesthetic, and he was always one of my favorite standout like side characters in Young Justice Season 1, and that's what this character sort of reminds me of. But yeah, this guy only just missed out of the top 10. The only reason, the only little nitpicks that I have with it is I kind of wish that the sash belt was the same as the gauntlets, like same color, and the boots as well. Like, I kind of wish they were just all gold. I get it as more comic accuracy, but I mean, that's like a me thing, if anything. And I kind of wish that this would actually stick down a little better, as this, like, I don't know what you call it, like this circular bit here is supposed to be off to the side, and this, like, the cord for the cape, but the way they did it was, I don't know, weird. So I think that's my biggest nitpick. I mean, I found a decent way to display it like that with the collar, but yeah, that's like my only big nitpick is how that collar thing's done. But yeah, so there is Captain Marvel. Honorable mention number 3, we have DC Multiverse Glow in the Dark Megafig Bane. Now, I love this figure. The big reason why this is in the honorable mention is actually this was a Christmas present. So I feel like, I don't know, even though it was in 2025, it was very late 2025, it felt weird putting him onto the main list. So that's why I've got him in honorable mentions. I do have a couple of little nitpicks. As much as I love this guy, I love like the Batman the Animated Series vibe that this figure has. Love the glow in the dark feature. I kind of wish that the belt was gunmetal. I know this is accurate to the animated series with the white belt, but I don't know. I kind of wish this was silver or gunmetal. I might paint that myself at some point. But overall, this guy is very pleasing to look at. I obviously missed out on like the original Rebirth Bane, and I never got around to the Nightfall Bane, which I may pick up the Nightfall Bane. Don't know. But I really love this guy. Really pleasing to the eye to look at. But yeah, there's honorable mention number 3. Honorable mention number 4 is the DC Multiverse. I think this is the Build-A-Figure version of Christian Bale Batman from The Dark Knight. This guy is a really cool looking figure. I went in and collected pretty much all of the live action Batman figures this year. The only one I'm missing is Adam West. But other than that, I've got them all. And I think this is my favorite out of the live action Batman figures. Well, this one or the Val Kilmer, but I got Val Kilmer in 2024. Out of the ones I picked up this year, this guy was definitely my favorite. Pretty much the main reason I didn't add him is I try not to overlap figures too much in my top 10, as I just didn't want to have like half the list Batmans or Supermans or whoever else is in my list. But yeah, I just figured, I still wanted to mention him because I really do love the sculpt and paintwork on this guy. So, number 4. And final honorable mention is the NECA Mirage Comics Ismena-led Leonardo. This guy is awesome. I actually picked this guy up at Brisbane Supernova this year. Really love this guy. I only have the 1990 movie NECA Turtles, so I haven't got any of the other like NECA. I don't have any of the 87 NECA Turtles or the Mirage Comics. This is the only other figure outside of that. And this is really cool. I love the detailing and the paintwork on this guy. It's honestly really tempting me to go all in on the line. I must say, I just love how this guy looks. Now jumping into my main top 10. Starting off at number 10, we have Transformers Hunt for the Decepticon 2010 Recon Ironhide. Probably a better way I could have said that, but whatever. This guy was one that I'd been looking for a very long time. I remember I used to watch reviews on this guy religiously as a kid, as I just thought this was a really cool design. Ironhide was always my favorite Autobot from the Bayverse, and I'd always wanted this version of the figure. This and the Leader Class. I got the Leader Class Ironhide, I think 2023, I want to say. And I got this guy earlier this year, last year, on Facebook Marketplace for a very good deal. And I just couldn't turn it down when I saw the price on this guy. So, very happy to finally have this guy in my collection. I feel like young me is very happy about this because, as I said, I used to watch reviews on this guy religiously. I think from Emgo, Optibotimus, and PR, I used to watch all the time. I'm sure there's some other reviewer I'm forgetting, but yeah, this guy's awesome. I always love the guns. I love the knives. I love how that could be a crossbow. And yeah, I also love like the new updated head. The mold itself, obviously isn't the best. I would say that this main Voyager Ironhide mold was never really my favorite for the character because it's a bit of a floppy mess, but there's a charm to this floppy mess, and this version was always my favorite with the way the backpack would turn and clean up much nicer. So with that, there's my number 10. Number 9, we have DC Digital McFarlane Toys Two-Face Platinum version. And this was, I think, one of my first Platinum variants, as I didn't know that there were Platinum variants until I think I got this guy or the Page Puncher's Deathstroke. Actually, I think I got them both at the same time. So I didn't know about the Platinum variants till, because I made a pre-order for the Silver Age Two-Face, and next thing I know, this guy rocks up. So, yeah. I had to put this guy on the list. He wasn't originally on the list, but the more I thought about it, I just had to put him on because Two-Face is my favorite Batman villain, and Harvey Dent is my favorite, like, Batman-related character that's not, like, part of the Bat family or the Rogues Galleries, like, sort of like my favorite civilian sort of character. And, yeah, this guy is just awesome. My only nitpick that sort of holds this figure back for me is I kind of wish the skin was, like, a bit more rosy, I suppose. He just seems very pale. Other than that, this guy is just awesome. So, number 9 is Platinum Two-Face. So, for number 8, we have the DC Multiverse Titano 2-pack Flash figure. I was after a Flash for a really long time, as I've trying to build up my Justice League collection, and I was mostly trying to start off with the core 7 Justice League members with some extra Justice League members for the background. And for Flash, for the longest time, I had no idea what I wanted to do, as I didn't like the original Rebirth release. I loved the Flashpoint Flash release, but I missed out on that. Didn't like any of the Rebirth ones, and then I found this guy, or came across this guy as part of the 2-pack with Titano. Didn't like that as part of a 2-pack. I like the more simplistic design without the extra lightning bolts. The wash on this figure really doesn't bother me too much. It honestly gives me CW vibes with the wash, like the season 1 to 3 CW Flash suit. Sort of gives me that vibes. Works as like a really nice modern sort of Barry Allen that isn't like too overly crazy. It's like the more classic paint job on a modern suit, I suppose. But yeah, really like this guy. I love the gold coloring. Love the new head. And yeah, I mean, as I said, the black wash doesn't really bother me too much. I could take it or leave it. I could get rid of it. Probably not. And I could like paint the rest. Probably won't. The mix of the red doesn't bother me. So, number 9, Flash. My only big issue with this figure is, 1, it was locked behind a 2-pack. So I wasn't happy about that. Trying to sell Titano at the moment. And 2, I wish he came with like the lightning bolt accessories that the Rebirth figure has. But what can you do? Anyway, there is Flash. Number 7, we have the McFarlane Toys Collector Edition Classic Wonder Woman. So I picked this up earlier last year. I can't remember when, as I really needed a Wonder Woman for my Justice League display. And I just feel like this figure just blends in really well. I have a display with a sword and shield. My only real big gripes with this figure is, 1, I'm not too happy with the way the face is painted. She just looks like she's just so bored. So I might get a custom head sculpt at some point. And I wasn't a fan of the height, so I actually took it upon myself in shortening the figure. I actually like cut the bottom, drilled it out a little bit, and shortened the figure. If I bring in Nightfall Batman in the back here, you can see she's now shorter than him. So I feel like that works out really nicely in terms of scale. So aside from that, like the mod that I had to do myself and just the face, like with the way it's painted, really love this figure. So there's Wonder Woman. So coming in at number 6, now this is, I suppose, sort of cheating, sort of a 2-for-1, but I seriously couldn't pick between these guys. I did have a version of the list where I had both of these figures on at different spots, very close to each other, but then I decided I didn't want to like just overlap with characters, so I had to put them together, and that is, for number 6, the DC Digital Silver Age Superman and the Christopher Reeve Superman. I feel like these guys both represent like the same era of the character, I think, or close to it, I suppose. I don't know. I look at these two and I just feel like they're very, complete. But this is such a beautiful figure. I was so happy when I picked this up. I just, yeah, love this guy. There's really no words. I just think this is really great recreation of the Christopher Reeve Superman, which, yeah, especially I picked this up around the hype leading up to Superman 2025 as well, as I wanted to have, since I was collecting all the live action Batmans anyway, I wanted to collect the live action Supermans. I've got this guy, I've got David Corenswet Superman, just missing out on Henry Cavill, and I really love it, Brendan Routh and Tyler Hoechlin. They're both my favourite live action Superman actors, but man, this guy is just very special. And this figure, I pre-ordered this guy the same time as I pre-ordered Two-Face, and I really wish I stocked up, as this guy's awesome. Now, I do want to do some head swaps with this guy soon, and there will be a video on that coming up very soon, as I did pick up this guy yesterday. He arrived, and I want to do some head swaps, as I want to put like the Kurt Swan Superman sculpt onto this body to create like the perfect Silver Age Superman, and then I want to put this head swap onto the Jokerized Superman, which also arrived yesterday, as I want to make the perfect Bronze Age Superman. Anyway, that's a video for another time, as I knock over my background. With that, we are now moving on to number 5. So number 5 for me is the DC Multiverse Mr. Freeze. I missed out on all the other Mr. Freeze figures, but after I saw this one come out in like the Batman the Animated Series color scheme, I really don't want to miss out, as my Rogues Gallery, I'm sort of going for like more of like a classic comic-y sort of vibe to it. Kind of similar to like the Lego Batman 1 and 2 games in their like art style and aesthetic. That's the sort of aesthetic I'm going with for my Rogues Gallery for the DC Multiverse, and I think this guy's perfect. The end of the gun did break off, but I mean, I'm fine with it. I kind of like it not firing while he's holding it in a static pose, so I think this just looks so good. And I love the metallic paint scheme. So, yeah, really love this figure. So, love the head sculpt and everything. But yeah, so number 5 is Mr. Freeze. So for number 3, we have another mega figure. This is Killer Croc from the 2-pack with the Grim Knight. This guy looks awesome. I missed out on the Arkham Asylum one, and to be honest, I kind of want to give it a pass. Like, I love that design, but I don't know, something about that figure put me off. But as soon as I saw this guy in the more comic book color scheme, I really fell in love with this. I knew I had to have it for my collection, and when I opened it up, I was blown away. So I believe this is built off of the Arkham Asylum body anyway that they used, that body buck, but then they've changed a few things, like obviously got rid of the chains and stuff, new head. But yeah, this guy is perfect in my opinion. I kind of wish that his jaw opened up. Other than that, it's so good. So there we have Killer Croc. So for number 3, I actually have to go and reach over to the back. Number 3 figure that I picked up this year is the Lim Toys John Marston, that was on pre-order for a very long time. Finally shipped in from Sugo Toys, and I couldn't be happier. I missed out on the Lim Toys Arthur Morgan. At some point, I'd love to pick that guy up. But yeah, this guy's awesome. So he comes with heaps of accessories. He comes with his Red Dead Redemption 1 head sculpt and Red Dead Redemption 2, as well as some Red Dead Redemption 2 outfit items. But I probably won't display them in Red RDR 2 until, if I ever get Arthur. You got the gunsling on the back, his satchel. Like, this guy's so detailed. So this guy is awesome. The only reason... Oh, and there goes his gun. The only reason why it's not higher on the list is... I don't know. I don't feel as attached to John Marston as I've played like Red Dead Redemption 2 heaps. I've never fully completed Red Dead Redemption 1. And I try to keep it to like the 6 and 7 inch scale figures, you know, like the more action figures sizes. But I really just couldn't leave this guy off. I don't know. I don't know what's holding this one back for me, but yeah, overall, I absolutely love this guy. Love the display base. He's been on my desk ever since I got him. And yeah, this guy's just such an awesome figure. I might just do a quick cut while I put this guy back on the display stand. Also forgot to mention, he comes with this little squirrel, John Marston. Very cool. I only have very small nitpicks with that guy. Not enough for me to dislike it. It just, yeah, just barely missed out. I think it's just more of a personal connection to these top two. That's why it's missed out. With all that rambling out of the way, probably poor explanation, but I hope you get the gist. Number 2, we have the San Diego Nightfall Batman. This guy is awesome. Let me fix up the camera a little more. There we go. This guy is amazing. After I found out about this guy, I just knew I had to have it in my collection. I managed to find it for a pretty decent deal on eBay. And yeah, as you can see, I've also got the original one. I don't have the grey and black. And this guy is a very cool figure, but the paint job on this guy is just phenomenal. So I know this is a bit older of a figure. I think it's 2023, 2024. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't remember when these guys came out. I wasn't in the line then. But this guy's so much better. I love the shade of blue. I love the darker grey. I love the cell shading on the cowl and trunks. Even though I'm not too big on cell shading, I think this works. And yeah, this guy just works really nicely. It's sort of like my, I suppose, 90s? Is it 90s Batman? I suppose 80s, 90s? Correct me if I'm wrong. I can't remember what year Nightfall came out. And yeah, and then this works as just like a nice standard classic Super Friends sort of Batman. Honestly, this is the perfect body block for a comic Batman. But yeah, I'll just put him back at the back. And yeah, really nice figure. Love how this guy looks. And standing him next to this guy and Wonder Woman. Honestly, this is perfect. This is like a perfect trinity. Again, I will be doing the head swap so he's on the Jokerized body. But this is honestly perfect. I knew I had to have the trinity in my list at some point, as these are just all phenomenal figures. And yeah, Batman's much higher up as he's my favorite fictional character of all time. And as you probably could have tell with over the years how much Lego Batman stuff I've had on the channel. And another thing that makes me love this guy so much more is it's made me appreciate the grey and blue suit like a whole lot more. Not to say I ever disliked it, I like respected it, but I grew up with like the original, like the live action films, like a Batman 2, like my favorite look for the character is the all black look, and then probably like dark grey and black. But man, after this figure, yeah, grey and blue, I love it so much more. It's probably my second favorite look for Batman next to the all black look. So, yeah. Anyway, enough gushing on this figure. That is number 2. And for number 1, funnily enough, they've been in the background the whole time. It is the Super 7 2003 Turtles. But if I had to pick one, and I'm going to pick one, I'm not going to double up again, it has to be Leonardo. And that keeps popping off. I'll leave it for now. Leonardo is my favorite turtle. Always has been. And I grew up, I don't know how I came across it, but I came across the 2003 Turtles at some point, fell in love. The TMNT is essentially like the first fandom I ever really fell in love with. And like before Transformers, I think it was the Turtles, then Transformers, and then DC. Like that's the order I fell in love with them. And when I say DC, I mostly mean Batman. And while Batman's number 1, Leo's number 2, I must say. I just love this guy, especially this version of the character. The 2003 series just means a lot to me. I mostly grew up with the 2007 film as well, and I had a lot of the toys for that. but like I remember bits of the 2003 cartoon. And a few years ago, I managed to watch the series for the first time, like fully from start to finish. And man, this is such an amazing show. And this is my favorite version of Leonardo, my favorite versions of the Turtles. And so when Super 7 announced that they were going to be making these Turtles, I just knew I couldn't miss out. So, yeah. A very close second was Donatello. He almost made the list, as I actually met Sam Riegel, the voice actor for Donatello, mid last year. But it had to be Leo. So, if I just... yeah, top two. I think these are perfect. So, I mean, honestly, they could be interchangeable, depending on how I'm feeling, you know. He could have been top one easily, but I just think, I don't know, very close. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to cut away while I tidy this up a little bit more, and then we'll wrap this up. Thank you guys for watching my top 10 figures of 2025. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think down below. I know it's probably not my best video that I've made, but I thought it'd be quite fun to do. Let me know what you think of this sort of like more casual, like on the desk, you know, sort of setting instead of like the light box for something like this. Obviously, I'll use the light box for more like in-depth looks at figures for like custom videos or reviews or stuff like that. But for more of a like a relaxed, casual sort of video, I feel like this kind of works. But again, let me know what you think down below. I'll probably next time if I shot a video like this, I'll probably use some other lighting, not just rely on natural lighting. Again, just something I wanted to try out. And yeah, please bear with me. I do have a few videos planned for 2026. I have a big Transformers videos planned with the MPM figures and some retro like movie figures. I got like a video in mind for that. I think I mentioned it last video or something like that a couple of videos ago, but that's still in the works. I've got a DC Multiverse Superman video coming up with the head swaps that I mentioned earlier. I've got a similar thing with Batman coming up. Different collection videos for the DC Multiverse. And a TMNT 2003 figure retrospective type review kind of thing that I want to put together, especially just because I want to talk about the Super 7 figures some more. But yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know what you're looking forward to. And let me know some of your favorite figures of 2025. What was your favorite pickups of the year? I would be really interested to read them if you're still sticking around my channel. But yeah, anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe, and share for more. And I'll see you guys next time. Alright.